What's up there, people? How you doing? Hopefully you're doing good. Hopefully you're doing great. As a Chelsea fan right now, life is good. If you're now a Chelsea fan, Liverpool fan, life is getting better. Man City, life is getting better. Arsenal fan, we don't know about you. We don't care, right? Enough. But listen, this is my preview for the Leeds versus Chelsea game. But before we get into the preview and all of that, how about you hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and show the channel some love? I need it, right? And before we also get into the preview, proper preview, I give you my lineup and my prediction, and I tell you what I think Maresca should do or what Chelsea should do and all of that. Let's talk about what's going on at Chelsea for a little bit, right? Enzo Fernandez had an interview with Malo. I don't know if you saw it, you can go check that out, right? He talked about his time, at Benfica, the transfer, him coming over to Chelsea, and when he came, everything that he had to go through in terms of him being injured and having to play through the injury, right? And then I don't know, we treat himself during the off season as well. He talks about all of that when he first came to Chelsea, the chaos that was at Cobham, where it was overly crowded at the club. Now I also made a video talking about stuff like that as well, so you can go check that out. It's already out right now. But he talks about what it means, to play at Chelsea, being the captain and all of that good stuff, right? The man, he is turning into a proper Chelsea. If you watch Chelsea play, if you watch the way, he behave, or the way, he carried this team, it's like he carries the team at heart. It's like I was talking to somebody and they were telling me that the way he behaved is as if he was, what's it called? Trained at Cobham, right? And he was brought through the academy and all of that. The man wasn't, but the way he behaved, yeah, like that's South American. And I play with a lot of South Americans, so I know, like, it's in them like that, right? But he talks about all of the good stuff, winning the club World Cup, winning the World Cup with Argentina and all of that. So it was phenomenal. And listen, the best part of the interview, he was asked this thing: are Chelsea a title contender, right? Are we contending for the Chelsea? He said yes. See, see. Very see, we are contending for the title, right? Last season, about this time, we were sitting first or second, and we were being asked this very same question, and Maresca were going, we're not ready yet. But this season, he will also ask this very same question that Enzo answers and said yes. They asked Maresca said, let's wait in April, March, and see where we are, and then maybe we can give an answer to the question. But as it's looking right now, right, we're looking good, and we're looking like we can compete for it. Don't want to jinx it, but it looks like we're ready for it, and we can, we can go ahead and possibly compete. Now, I'm not saying we're gonna win it, but I'm very much hoping that Arsenal slip and we win it. Listen, that would be great. That would be absolutely amazing. But what has happened at Chelsea? Thiago Silva's son, yeah? This is football heritage, huh? Mourinho, football heritage, Otamendi. Thiago Silva's son signed his first professional contract at Chelsea. There's the things he loved to see. I was hoping for the return of Thiago Silva in some sort of a capacity at Chelsea, but now it looks like we're going to be seeing his son. That simply means we're going to be seeing a lot of Thiago Silva at the bridge. Maybe watching his son, we know he's trying to get into coaching. Listen, Chelsea, hire the man, all right? Bring him into the Maresca team, coaching staff, let him take care of the defender. Listen, that one alone is done, right? I don't think we'll concede goals anymore, right? Thiago Silva, listen, done and dusted. But his son signed his new contract at Chelsea. Listen, I'm loving it, right? I'm hoping that he have a great career like his father did. Hopefully, he can get integrated into the Chelsea squad, and we get to see a little bit of that Thiago Silva genealogy taking over him, right? And in terms of that, that's pretty much it. And congratulations to Silva, and good luck, mate. Listen, hopefully you smash it at Chelsea, smash it at Cobham, smash it at Chelsea, and hopefully you can have a great career at Chelsea, right? We wish you all of that. And then Dortmund, yes, those people, listen, the transfer window, we mentioned them, we talk about them, yeah? They don't bring the money, but they always want to be involved. Listen, they're talking about Asemino. Arsenal is killing it at Dortmund, right? And now all of this kind of makes sense as to why we are not necessarily going in for center back. Now, we defense are screaming for an experienced center back to come in, at least to kind of give us some sort of a stability or safety in defense, right? And we don't have that. But now looking at the prospect of Arsenal and what he's doing, and not just him, but other defenders that we have as well at the club, and what the potential that they're seeing. Now, to understand, I understand why the owners don't want to go in for another center back, because in a way you're hindering the progress or of these players. And we're also seeing someone like Josh Achampon being able to play as a center back. So now bringing in a top tier center back, that just simply means you sending that sending them back a couple years. With what Asemino is doing at Dortmund, he just scored his what's it called, his very first goal for them recently. That I watched them, the composure he's showing on the ball just tells me, listen, he's nearly ready for Maresca ball. And I think watching him, like I said about most Chelsea defender, being on the ball, I don't really have problem with them. It's like he couldn't match the physicality that comes with the Premier League or the pace that comes with it. So now I think the Bundesliga was a great place for him to go and be able to find his feet. And we're seeing him do that at Dortmund right now, and he's doing great at it. That the Dortmund managers go and say, he's going to have to get on the phone with Chelsea and see. But listen, mate, not for sale, brother. He's coming back home. Yeah, he's coming back home, right? We want all of them back, because now Kowe comes back, Badiashile is there. We need him. Now, I think Chelsea will integrate him into the squad next season? Not necessarily, because if Kowe comes back, Badiashile comes back, he is third in the pecking order. Why make him third in the pecking order if he can go back alone and even progress in his development, or advance even more and more, and maybe come back to the club and ready to play first team football, possibly be in contention for the second spot with Badiashile. I think that will absolutely work. So I don't necessarily see him being in that Chelsea squad next season, except something drastic happen, right? Yeah, and then I was seeing Chelsea would also sell him as well, and I don't think selling him would be a good move. I think he will be one of this the loan option for Chelsea. But Asemino, keep killing it, brother. Keep doing what you're doing, and hopefully we see you at the bridge in the future. Next, Jackson. Bayern don't want him, yeah, and we know that the bridge between Jackson and Chelsea has been broken. Yeah, you know the song, London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. Yeah, the Jackson Bridge has fallen, bro. Between Chelsea and Jackson, it's done, right? Jackson is no longer going to play for Chelsea. I think the both parties know that the Chelsea staff and Jackson, they know Jackson is no longer going to play for the club, and they said no, they're no longer willing to integrate Jackson back into the squad, right? And I understand maybe Jackson is disappointed, because considering what he thinks he have done for Chelsea in terms of being available for them, when they needed it, and what he did, and they didn't really show him the same type of trust, right, when he needed them, in terms of showing him, okay, we trust you, you can stick around, even though you won't be first in terms of our selection anymore, but maybe you can stick around and be able to work your way back into that first team football as well. So, and maybe he felt disappointed about that, but listen, stuff like that happened. I don't think, but as it seems right now, Jackson is no longer going to be playing for Chelsea, and Bayern doesn't want him anymore. So other clubs are monitoring, and I think he's going to be sold to another club, next summer. That would be my guess for sure. And not my guess, he's definitely getting sold, because he's not going to be at Chelsea, or he's going to be like Sterling and Disasi. He can choose either one of that. Either he join the bomb squad, or he leave. But in terms of that, that's it, right? That's it. Now let's talk about Leeds versus Chelsea. What do I know about Leeds? Nothing. Nah, I'm kidding, right? I watched the Leeds versus Manchester City game, or Manchester City versus Leeds game this weekend, right? It was interesting to watch on Saturday, right? Manchester City was up 2-0. Leeds came back, equalized, right? 2-2. And Foden having to save Man City, right? Basically, Foden saved them. But what I witnessed for them, right, especially in the first 8 minutes of the game, they were very aggressive, not just aggressive, but in terms of them being on the ball. They weren't necessarily playing scared, like most teams will go up to City, go to the Etihad, and then have to build basically the wall of Jericho, or the flipping Berlin Wall, right? But none of that happened. They took matters into their own hands. They also took the game to City a little bit, right? For certain time in the game, a little bit City, struggle. Even though they were playing at home, they struggled in terms of possession. But obviously, the little down in the game, they pick it up, and they were able to do what City's supposed to do, and basically they won the game. and which was good for them. But Leeds, on the other hand, I don't think they were just sitting there and relaxing and not doing nothing. And now Chelsea get to go to Leeds, and I'm expecting, far worse than what happened at City to the Elland Road. I'm expecting what happen at City like two times more, because they are home. They're gonna, their fans gonna be there. They're gonna have the support of the fans. Just like that home advantage gonna be there for them. So it's like, and we also know how Chelsea struggle when it comes to those low block team as well. So all of that's gonna happen, but we're looking, that Chelsea do what Chelsea's supposed to do in terms of the game, and then hopefully win the game as well. But I'm not expecting an easy game from them, right? Like I said, they are very good in terms of what's it called? Making things difficult for other teams, and all of that good stuff. But now, if Chelsea is gonna win this game, right, we have to take it serious like never before. Like, I know we everybody know we struggle, and we're showing some good form lately, and our good form are usually against top opponent, right? If we get to play the Man City, we get to play the Liverpool, we get to play the Barcelona and the Arsenal, right? We get to show our good form, we get to show the potential that we have, we get to show the quality that is within the squad. Now we want this quality to be seen, when we face lower teams, because we usually struggle in terms of breaking them down, and in terms of being able to go, get the win. We often struggle, right? With Leeds, I also know that Leeds, concede more goals than they have scored. So in terms of all, and I also know Chelsea, in terms of creating opportunities, we don't really struggle with that. But now all I would say is that we just need to bury, the opportunity, be as clinical as we can when we have those opportunities, and we cannot allow Leeds to take the lead. No, we can't. We have to be on the front foot when it comes to them. We have to do everything we're supposed to do, bury our chances when we're maintaining position. No sloppy passes. Don't, because they will try to pressure you, make you make those back passes, and then try to pressure you as well. So we also have to be ready for all of that. No, Casado is not playing tomorrow, so we need to win it. If we're going to win this game, it's in the absence of Casado. We also know that PALMER is back, which is good news for us, right? Now he didn't get to play the Arsenal game, so I know he is fresh and ready. And I think this game is going to be almost like a warm-up for him, in terms of getting ready to see him in that Champions League game. So let's get into it. Let's get into my lineup and everything that I think Maresca need to do so that Chelsea can secure this win, right? As you can see, Sanchez in goal, right? Yesterday, after the Arsenal versus Chelsea game, right, when I did the video, he was the one person that I forget to mention, right? Sanchez been absolutely Sanchez, right? He been sanching, the heck out of the goals, bro. Every shot that is coming to him, the man is sanching them. Roberto, he is doing some good Roberto stuff. You have to give the man his props when it's due, right? Sanchez has been great for us. We know, like I talked in previous video, we know we link with Mayon and all of that, but I'm not worried, because what the performance that he's putting in, right? Mayon should be worried right now when he's coming to Chelsea. Do you think it's going to be easy just walking into the first team with the type of performance that Sanchez is putting in? Probably not, right? But like I said, he's been phenomenal, so he's definitely going in goal. We know Jorgensen is looking to leave, so we don't know, maybe in January he might leave, but I don't think Chelsea will let him go. But if they do, then that's it. But now, for the defense, I go with Cucurella left back. He have to play, right? But if we get to win this game within the first half, these are the, Cucurella have to come off, right? He have to come off, and maybe after 10 minutes into the second half, he have to come off, right? He cannot finish the game, because these are the people that are playing a lot of games, and we don't need to run them into the ground, right? So, Chalobah and Badiashile. Now, I was going to go with Tosin and Badiashile, but if you go with Tosin and Badiashile, that have disaster rating all over it. Now, Badiashile, for the few games that he played when he came back from injury previously, he showed good form. I will admit that, right? He showed some sort of a good form. He showed some of a consistency. We saw quality in him, even against Mo Salah. So that kind of makes him look a little bit more reliable. But Tosin, on the other hand, the same reason I don't think he can put Tosin and Hato together, right? We saw that against Karabakh, and that was, a disaster class. So I don't want the same thing. So now Chalobah and Badiashile, I think that will create a bit of a balance, right? A bit of a balance. Shadow by bringing, that physical presence within the body, that she maybe can be good on the ball when it's needed, right? And then Gusto right back. Rich James has to rise. After what he's done to Liverpool, handling the entire Liverpool midfield by himself, right? And then they be talking about Timber. They be talking about the log of who they have, right? And they thinking he can be compared to Rich James. The man say, you know what, this right back thing, yeah, I know I got this thing covered. Now let me move into the midfield and let you all know, yeah, that I'm not just the best right back, but I can be potentially the best midfielder in. You see where I'm going with this, yeah? But like he have to rest. Like we don't want to run him into the ground. And I know Maresca will make sure he will get the rest. Gusto also been phenomenal lately, right? He has picked up, a good form, right? We're seeing Gusto be Gusto, right? We're seeing Prime Gusto again. Now Prime Gusto. We're seeing a little bit of Prime Gusto. So, I think he in this game will definitely be good. And then Santos playing instead of Casado, I think that's also, that, as for this one, everybody knows it's going to happen because he can play both in the Santos, the Enzo and the Casado role. He can play in both of them, right? I have Enzo next to him. Obviously, we need him. I also want, if we get to win this game in the first half, I also want to see Enzo out, right? Enzo out in he and Cucurella after 10 minutes, take them into the second half, take them out, right? Let them rest, let them recuperate and all of that because these people are playing a lot of minutes. And we also know Enzo have that hernia injury as well. So, whatever time we can give him to rest, let's give him this time to rest as well. And then if Enzo get out, we can bring Isugu in, young Casado. And then Santos can move into that Enzo role. We already know he can do it. And then for the number 10 position, listen, the number 10 himself is there, right? If the number 10 is there, why give the number 10 position to another person when the number 10 is, you feel me? Yeah? So Palmer will be in there, right? He's coming back, like I said. This game's gonna be like a warm-up for him, try to get the feeling of the game again. And I don't really expect much from him in this game, but let Palmer just be Palmer for the entirety of this game. And then on the right hand side, right? Obviously Palmer's son, right? It's not so much of obviously Palmer's son. Now everybody can make the case for Neto, which has been one of our most reliable players, right? We know he was injury prone when he was at Wolf. Now since he came to Chelsea, he's been good in terms of injury. He haven't been going out all that much. So, but I want him to rest as well because he's been playing way too many games for us. And I think this league game, and especially the next game we have, is going to be against Bournemouth. We need him, right? Because Bournemouth is not. Yeah, they're nuts. Ariola, when we were going through a little bit of a bad patch, yeah, that's the man all Chelsea people were calling for. Go get Ariola. So we know going against him is like Maresca know this have to be it. Like it's his job on the line, yeah. The man that could potentially take your job. Either you beat him to let us know this is not the guy, I'm the guy, or we go for Ariola, Maresca. But Esteva is there, and then Neto get to rest for a little bit, Let Esteva do the Estevon thing, right? And let's see what he and Palmer can do in that game. Maresca also once asked if the both of them can play together. You saw that huge smile on Maresca's face. That he's cooking something. Maresca is breathing something, but I'm looking forward to it. And then Garnacho on the other side as well. Now you can make the case for Gittins, but I'd rather have Garnacho there. I think he's doing something good for us, especially in the Prem, right? And I'm looking to see more of that. And off from I have Dilap. João Pedro need to find his foot. Now somebody can make the case for Maguire. And now people think that Maguire should be started instead of Dilap. Listen, I get it, right? Maguire have one good run, yeah, that we all saw was absolutely amazing. Now you want to put him instead of Dilap. Now I think Dilap offer a bit more than Maguire, to be honest with you, right? Now, Maggie gave a lot more in terms of energy, but Dilap, I think, maybe gave you a bit more off the ball and with the ball as compared to Maggie. And I think for the way we play, it's very much beneficial to us, right? Dilap would very much be beneficial to us than Maggie, right? In terms of running behind, Maggie maybe can be useful, like we saw, in that game that he get to play for that Burnley game. But I don't think that kind of guarantee yet that he get to go ahead of Dilap. Even though I do think Maggie has a very good point, like in terms of the way he been playing, the way he been training, he is making a case for himself. I will admit that, but I think there's still he still have a little bit more way to go. And for what's his name? Pedro Neto, he need not Pedro Neto, but Ja Pedro, he need to figure it out too as well. Because lately, I don't know what's going on with him. The man's been sloppy a little bit, right? Like couple chances that is being given to him, he's not burying them, right? As I know his confidence level is down right now. It's like, I don't know, below the ground. Like he needs to pick it up, right? And hopefully, he found his foot again and found that proper form, found that club World Cup form, yeah, that club World Cup form that you came with after the after we bought you. That form, yeah, Pedro could get it. But that's what I was gonna. That's this the lineup I'm gonna go with, right? If Maresca decide to rest Malo Gusto and can also bring Tosin and then Badiashile get to play almost like a left back, I'm okay with that. Or you can even put Hato there to play as a left back, but he's not so much going forward and he's not inverting out. So that when we get to do the whole inverting, it turns into a three in the back type of situation with Malo Gusto pushing forward. I'm also okay with that 100%. So it's like just so people get to rest and we get the job done, But hopefully this is enough to get the job done. But yeah, my prediction. Ay 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 ay. I think we're gonna win this game for sure. Well, it's Chelsea. You can't just be saying for sure like that. It's Chelsea. You never know. But we should be winning this game, and I'm gonna go Chelsea 3, Leeds 1, because I don't think we're gonna keep Leeds from scoring, right? But even though we should keep them from scoring and get a clean sheet, but I'm gonna go Chelsea 3, Leeds 1, or Leeds 1, Chelsea 3. And who's gonna be on the score sheet? I dream Palmer on the score sheet with a hat trick, right? That's my dream. But Delap get on the score sheet, Enzo Fernandez on the score sheet, and I'm gonna go with a rare one, Malo Gusto. Yeah, Gusto on the score sheet. You gotta have fun with these things. If you don't listen, then it's just what? Put Gusto on the score sheet. We know Gusto never take a shot on goal, but Gusto on the score sheet. But let me know your thoughts about that. Everything that we discussed, the lineup, the news that was given. What do you think about it? What would you add to it? What would you take away from it? And thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Much appreciated. See you in the next video. Thank you. Cheers.